When the NASCAR season starts back at Daytona in February, every driver has one goal: win and make it into the 10 race chase for the championship. Now, today on a slick racetrack at Atlanta Motor Speedway, it is the cutoff race to figure out the 16 men who are currently eligible for who will be running for a championship starting next Tuesday at Darlington. Two drivers we will be watching for today: Tony Stewart and Jeff Burton. Well, the four. Tony Stewart and Jeff Burton, they are currently in on points as of right now, if there are no new winners. If there is a new winner, Jeff Burton is out. So he will be racing Brad Keselowski and Marcus Ambrose to try to get into the chase. Jeff Burton has not won since the 2008 season at Charlotte. Kind of surprising. Marcus Ambrose and Brad Keselowski have not won this year. The highest, whichever is the highest two, will make it into the chase starting Tuesday at Darlington. So, anyways, we take a look at the Fast 10. Jeff Gordon will start on the pole. Kyle Busch will be into his outside. Jimmy Johnson, Martin Truex will make up row 2. Matt Kenseth, Greg Biffle will make up row 3. Daytona 500 winner Casey Kane will start 7th. Mark Martin will roll off today in 8th. Dale Jr. will start 9th. And Marcus Ambrose will begin today in 10th. He is the furthest out of the 4 drivers that I mentioned earlier, sitting in 18th place in points. A lot can change at the end of 65 laps on the slickest track in NASCAR. Probably the oldest track in terms of surface when this place was reconfigured in 1997. Abrasive track, multiple lanes, hot sun. Should make some great racing today as we are underway here in Atlanta. As the outside lane really didn't get a good start, already we got a crash. Logano, Bain, and more. Looked like the outside lane may have checked up. Then Trevor Bain gets hit. Jeff Burton really gets lucky to not get torn up like he did. And then we had cars all over the place in turn 1. So after lap 1, Jeff Burton already has a lot of side damage, and he's near Tony Stewart and Brad Keselowski in proximity. After that incident, believe it or not, Tony Stewart has fallen to 17th. Remember, every position is a point. Every position could be critical in getting into the chase. Jimmy Johnson gets the lead off 2 after the initial start had a crash on lap 1. And it looks like we may get a good run out of 4. Contact there between Dylan Murway and Carl Edwards as Jimmy Johnson will lead the first lap today. He brought the same car that he won with at Charlotte to race this afternoon. Same setup and everything. So look for him and Jeff Gordon to be fast today. Jeff Gordon actually brought the same car that he won the pole with at Charlotte earlier this year to this race. Ricky Stenhouse is now the fastest car on the track. Dylan Murway trying to find which is the fastest line. He crossed under one car, crossed under Junior. Now he's going to try to hold the 14th spot and stop a run from the 34 of David Reagan at the same time. Looks like he does just that. And Jeff Gordon started on the pole. He has fallen well outside the top 10. He's in 12th. His Truex gets a massive boost on the outside lane to move up into the top 10. And he takes the 10th spot. So with David Reagan powering up the inside lane with a push from Paul Menard. Kurt Busch on the inside with Gordon pushing him. So Dylan Murray's got 2 lanes to watch here. In the early stages of this one, is Jimmy Johnson has led the opening 7 laps of today's race. Opening 6 as we are working lap 7. Jimmy Johnson does have some history with this place. His last win went all the way back to November of 2008. Again, battling Denny Hamlin late in that race. Driving the Cobalt Chevrolet that was wrapped to look like a giant wrench. Dylan Murray trying to hold the car. He's already wearing out his tires, going as hard as he has, trying to look for some kind of grip. And that's how quick these tires wear, especially with how slick this track is. And with it being the oldest surface in the sport, that's going to make for extra challenges today as Dylan Murray continues to slip back from his 13th place starting spot. Dylan Murray trying to cover 2 lanes. He may have to pit soon. He's got a lot of tire wear as he loses a couple more spots. Bobby Labonte in 17th. Jimmy Johnson is still your race leader. Dylan Murray trying to cover the spot. He's got a lot of cars battling with him. You got Henning Castle, 93, Kurt Busch, 51. And Busch in the middle, 3 wide, tight squeeze. And Kurt Busch will go around. Caution is out. Oh, wow. A lot of cars on the front stretch. Looks like and Castle gets ran into as the cars were slowing up. And you got Josh Wise spinning, Matt Kenseth in the 17th car. And it looks like Nemechek is in it. Dale Jr. is about to go head on into the pit wall as Mark Martin and Kurt Busch spin as well. Caution is out for the second time this afternoon. So Dylan's in a tight spot. Him and Kurt Busch get together and wow, turn dead right. And everybody starts spinning.
The safety crews are clear of the track.
I think everybody's going to pit on this caution because this track eats so much tires. Ford filler up. Two early cautions in the first 10 laps of this one here at Atlanta, or the Atlanta 500. One car did not pit on this pit stop. Pretty much everybody else did. Everyone else coming out. Biffle, Stenhouse. Dylan Murray will end out behind Matt Kenseth and Josh Wise on this caution, as everybody pits, as he scored ahead of David Gilliland and Jeff Gordon.
Great stuff, guys. Good job. Get it out. It's all you now, buddy. We got a real good car here. Take care of everybody.
Pace cars back off. Jimmy Johnson leads. Green flag.
All right, your door. Down low. At your door.
Oh, outside lane checking up big again. This time Regan Smith did not get going. And this is going to be a huge benefit for Dylan Murway, as he's going to ride all the way up to 12th and get a lot of momentum here and end up in 10th in turn 3. Jimmy Johnson did not get a good restart. He's already fallen to 6th, as he is passed by the 34 of David Reagan. Dylan tried to give Jimmy a shot off the corner, maybe a little bit of a push, if you will. But no avail there, as Dylan Murray is going to cross under Jimmy Johnson to take 6th. As Kyle Busch is your race leader. Here in 15 laps in this one. Got one car on pit road right now. Unclear if it was a scheduled stop or they had a problem that they're trying to fix, as Kyle Busch continues his lead. Continues to lead. That car has gotten out of the pits. David Reagan sits a little over 2.8 seconds ahead of the race leader, or ahead of Dylan Murway, as Kyle Busch continues to dominate. This was the very track in 2008, in Kyle Busch's first year driving for Joe Gibbs, that he actually got Toyota's first NASCAR Cup win after having success in the truck in Busch Series a few years prior. Regan Smith trying to look to the outside. Now Dylan Murway is under attack from Jeff Gordon. So you got 4 black cars together. Gordon goes around. More people spin. Caution is out. Told you, that's how slick the track is. Then Gordon overcorrects. Kind of kisses the wall. And gets hit by Marcus Ambrose and Jeff Burton. Both of those drivers are trying to get in the chase. As of right now, we get an update here on the final 4 drivers we're watching. 2 drivers in 4 spots. If we get any updates on that, or when we get any updates on that, we'll let you know.
All right, guys, let's get ready.
Kyle Busch is the first off pit road. And Jeff Burton, Marcus Ambrose pitted as well. And out of the 4, Jeff Burton and Marcus Ambrose are slotted in as the first 2 drivers that will fill the final 2 spots. Tony Stewart sits in 23rd, 9 points out. Brad Keselowski sits in 32nd, 18 points out. So they need to have one of those 2 crashes to get in, or a win will automatically get them in regardless. Pace car is off. Green flag. Hornish is now your leader. The outside lane checks up again. And checks up big time. Harvick gets wicked loose. Casey Kane will take the lead off turn 2 that time. He has had some history of winning in Atlanta. Historically, he is a 3-time winner at this facility, winning the spring race in 2006, which was delayed to a Monday, the fall race in 2009, and the summer race in 2014. Well, obviously, my favorite of his 3 wins were the summer race in 2014, where he fought Matt Kenseth on 2 green-white checkered attempts. And look at Jeff Burton getting all that space on the top lane to move up in the 9th spot. How about that? Looks like Dylan Murray may try to go with him. Here comes Busch on the outside. He gets a huge burst speed. Dylan Murray might get a couple of them here by turn 1. He will. Meanwhile, Casey Kane continues to rim ride around the top of the racetrack as the race leader. He's already entering turn 3. The rest of the field's peeling out of turn 2 now. Casey Kane won the first regular season race back in the Daytona 500. Could he win today to close out the regular season at the Atlanta 500? We got 41 laps to go to find out. As Casey Kane looks to be beginning green flag stops. Landon Castle will now be the leader. There are a couple more cars from the back of the field coming down pit lane. And Castle getting a push from the 16 of Greg Biffle. Got a car in the wall off 2 up ahead. Everything seems to be fine. Marcus Ambrose in the inside lane in 3rd. Biffle will take the lead. And we got a problem here on pit road. Wow, that was a big moment there. Dylan had to get out of the gas because Travis Kvapil is coming to pit road. And that was almost a wreck. Ambrose is on pit road. Keselowski trying to gain a spot on Dylan Murray for 16th. Dig himself out of the hole after what has been the third caution of the race so far. Kyle Busch sitting in 19th. While Greg Biffle continues to lead. Looks like Tony Stewart's behind Kyle Busch in 20th. Our rear tires are gone. You heard it there from spotter Ty Norris. But Dylan Roy just got on the radio, told his crew chief, my tires are gone. They've actually lost close to 5 seconds of time. Dylan Roy, he just kissed the wall. Got a real tight race car. Probably going to come in on this next pit stop and free it up. Sorry, that's Jeff Burton back there in 20th. Already been banged up today. Had a major role in this. Him and Trevor Bain had a major role in the second caution of the afternoon. Dylan Norway looks to be heading down pit road for what should be the first round of green flag stops today. Greg Biffle on pit road, or turning the lead over to Regan Smith, the other Colorado-based racing team. As Dylan Norway comes out of pit road, slated in 39th place. Well, 40th now. With Scott Speed coming in, probably bearing down on Dylan Norway, looking to put him 2 laps down. More cars coming off into pit road, cars coming off pit road. And depending on how things shake out, Greg Biffle could rotate back to the lead. We got a wreck behind him. Looks like Marcus Ambrose is in it. One of the 4 drivers we had to watch today. Bobby gets turned around on the backstretch by Quapple. So after that, we have our 4th caution of the afternoon. I'm going to free this car up. So after that, Regan Smith will be cycling out front as the leader for this restart, with Robbie Gordon, who recently came out as a Trump supporter, will line up to his outside.
Great job, boys. Great pit stop. Doing great, buddy. That pit stop will make all the difference.
Green flag back into the air. Now the inside lane doesn't get any jump at all. Regan Smith just bunches everyone up, and it looks like Robbie Gordon's going to get the lead coming off turn 2. So it is Robbie Gordon, Scott Speed, Josh Wise, Earnhardt Jr., and Casey Kane, the top 5. Dylan Murway is trying to battle all 5 of them to get back onto the lead lap if the caution were to come out. Not a smart move to tighten my car, to loosen my car up like this. Whoa, real tight here. As looks like we're going to have some cars probably taking the wave around here if a caution were to come out, which with how crazy these races get, we could be seeing at least 3 more cautions by the time this race is over. We've already had 4 on the day. Robbie Gordon is your leader. The first car that I believe I saw was a lap down was the 13 of Casey Mears. Up there with the 22 of Hornish. In 40th, Robbie Gordon, who has not led a race since the 2003 campaign when he was driving for Richard Childress. Obviously enjoying his time out front here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. If he wins, he's going to have to hope everybody in front of him has a poor. If he wins, then Jeff Burton is out of the chase. Could be a pretty epic upset if Robbie Gordon was able to pull off the win today. Dylan Murway falls to the 41st position. There is currently riding in 41st on the track, trying to race Mark Martin and David Gillen with a wrecking loose race car. Trying to battle the 55 of Mark Martin. Hold him up. And you're lap down, Martin into the wall. And crashing on the backstretch. Yellow flag number 5 on the afternoon. So, here to come down here to pit road. See how things start to shake out. $26 laps to go. 26 laps left in the regular season. Keep in mind, we come back here in the round of 8 for back-to-back night races at Atlanta, Texas, and Texas Motor Speedway. So everything they use here could be used there in Texas as well. Just they're racing at night. So Scott Speed is now in the front row, the leader for this restart. Tony Stewart, Marcus Ambrose, as of right now, are 17th and 18th in points. A lot of things can change. Jeff Burton and Brad Keselowski are covering the final two spots. I think out of the 43 laps we've ran tonight, or today, we've probably had those four drivers swap positions at least 20 times on the points. Too many on the track to even count. A lot of things can happen between now and the end of this race. Big tight-knit group on the racetrack here. 3 wide, Dylan Murway trying to make it 4 wide here on the front stretch. You clipping the apron. Oh, whoa, that was almost big. Still 3 wide. Around goes Kurt Busch. And wrecking in the back. Big wreck. Stewart's in it. Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte, Danica Patrick, Jamie McMurray, Sam Hornish, and more. How about that? Nice drift for Kurt Busch. Oh, he overcorrected big time, though. Came down. So, told you, this will get crazy. So, Dylan Murway will end up getting the lucky dog. Tony Stewart, the 2011 champion, is right now the furthest back of the 4 drivers. Brad Keselowski is in 14th. Burton isn't too far behind him in 17th. Everything can and will change. Dylan Murway just flew by and passed probably 15 cars in one corner. That car had a wicked launch. And now he's paying for it, and there's another wreck. Kenseth to the inside. Several cars. There's something happened behind, and Dylan Murway was caught up in it. So you got Denny Hamlin on the inside, Matt Kenseth in the 17, probably Juan Montoya in the 42 in the inside, and David Gillen coming to rest behind them as well. So caution is out. 7th time today. Yeah, Dylan Murway and Matt Kenseth must have got together. And this is what Kenseth had to say. Man, that 25, somebody better keep me away from that 25 car because I want to punch him in the head for doing that. What an idiot, man. He just landed in front of me and crashed all of us. Ooh. Things getting a little testy, I believe, here on the track. Greg Biffle and David Reagan will lead the field for the restart. And Dylan Murray trying to make the car stick on the inside. He gets almost 10 spots there. and loses all of them by turn 2. And they're wrecking almost. Somehow they weren't wrecking again. David Reagan is shuffled to the race lead. As he's been under attack by Greg Biffle for the lead as well as they come off 4 after that little situation. We reach 16 laps to go. Keep in mind, we could possibly have a couple cautions here. As Dylan Murray continues to drift through the corner. Yeah, he's losing damage. He's got a lot of damage. He's losing aerodynamics here. They're so critical, probably more critical than some of the other intermediate tracks we go to. I mean, you get banged up, it's hard to come back from it. Like, you need other people to have issues just to even think of having a chance to win. Could be reaching the final round of green flag stops here in about 5 laps or so. So we go on board the Mass Pro Shop Chevrolet. Looking at me is sliding that car. I think he's about to crash, about to spin the thing. Oh. Dylan Murray has crashed. Somehow, no caution. Somehow that wasn't a caution after Dylan Murray slammed into the wall off 4. I guess they thought they were trying to cause a yellow 25 team was about to cause a crash. They're about to have. Oh, there it is. Big mess this time. Keselowski, Ambrose, and more. Oof. Wow. A couple of really hard hits on that one. So, could be a critical stop in this race. Right here. Tighten her up, fill it up, and we'll let that baby finish. And hopefully we have no more yellows. Can't really guarantee that, but hope we have no more yellows. So now Jeff Burton is now leading on this restart with Mark Martin behind in third. So Burton and Ambrose are in the top 8. Tony Stewart and Brad Keselowski. Keselowski's 42nd, and Tony Stewart is 14th. So Stewart needs to pass 6 cars, and Keselowski needs to have a lot of crashes.
That was our fastest stop today. Awesome work, boys. Okay, go get him, man. We're still one of the fastest cars out there.
10 laps to go. 10 more opportunities for cautions and 10 more opportunities for the complexion of this race to change.
Everybody's going to pull over, make it easy for us today. Better go get it. Just keep a good pace. You're doing good. That's your door up top.
Oh, Casey Mears and Harvick get together off 2. So far, no issues there. And trouble, pit road, maybe. No, everyone got through clean. Austin Dillon gets a little squirrely there. 9 to go. And Harvick is going to overcorrect. It's got cars spinning, maybe. Wrecking behind. Oh, one hard into the wall in the back. Kevin Harvick gets turned. Several others are spinning. One car just pounded the inside wall. That looks to be the 27 of Paul Menard, who just shot in the wall there. It is Trevor Bayne, Josh Wise, Joey Logano, and David Stremme are also involved. Wicked hits. I'll tell you that much. Wicked, wicked hits. Harvick into the wall. Gilliland, Bain. Everyone. Yeah. So, Marcus Ambrose and Scott Speed, on the front row, with that yellow, Marcus Ambrose has leapfrogged into 15th. He was 17th in points the last caution. Tony Stewart has been back into 16th. He's got probably 15, a small cushion, pretty good cushion to sit on here in 6 laps. Everything can change in 6 laps, though. Green flag back into the air. Dillon making moves to the inside. Scott Speed with the lead on the outside, bringing Kenseth and Biffle with him. It is a Ford top 5 late in this one. I think we may see some desperation here, especially for drivers that need points. Need to hope either Stewart or Ambrose have a caution. But if you're Jeff Burton or Brad Keselowski, you can't really rely on pit strategy too much. Otherwise, you're not going to win this race. You're going to have to rely on desperation. Six to go. Kyle Busch with a big run on the outside lane. Five laps left. Looks like Bill Murray trying to hold the inside. Slides in front of McDowell. Gets into the wall. No caution. A lot of damage to the front for some reason, as McDowell ducks low. Menard in 8th. Takes the spot in 8th. There's cars pitting. And somehow not a caution. Four laps left. And unless we get a yellow here, we could see another upset winner. As, whoa, Dylan, and he save it? After that little slide off too. And, oh, crash, backstretch. Big wreck. Behind them. Looks like, no idea who it is. Danica Patrick gets turned. Jeff Burton is in it. And Brad Keselowski misses another one. Danica blends in, gets up to speed, and Burton. Ooh. Burton just hammered her. There. Hit her in the back. Ooh, Montoya gets in it as well. So, got a 3-lap dash. Marcus Ambrose has not won this year. Brad Keselowski is currently tied with Jeff Burton. He needs to pass 2 cars to get in. Ambrose just needs to hold on. Jeff Burton went from 18th to 16th after that yellow in points. Stewart falls from 16th to 18th in points. The 2011 champ could miss the chase right here. Similar situation happened for him in 2006 when he won the title in 2005. And he went out and dominated. Ambrose gets a big run up top. And is able to clear him off 2 that time. Oh, Burton turns Dylan Murway on the backstretch. Oh, big mess. Everybody runs into him. Try to come up, try to make a block, puts him into the wall. Tony Stewart, though, woo, crazy that he almost really got into that wreck. So, Marcus Ambrose, Brad Keselowski, Jeff Burton, Tony Stewart, all on one sheet. This could get wild. Two to go. 3 to go at the line. Ambrose is your lead. McDowell is your leader into 1. Cars are checking up. Smith and Menard both on the apron. And another mess. I think 1 car may have gotten upside down. Oof. That was Danica. She got on top of somebody on that one. So, final attempt. The green-white checkered finish. This can get physical. It's probably going to have to be. Ambrose may have to move McDowell. I bet he will. Can Ambrose hold on? 3 laps, final attempt at a green-white checkered. Two to go. Will Marcus Ambrose be able to hold on for probably the biggest win of his career? And Dylan Murray continues to lose spots. And oh, trouble! Gordon into the wall. Several crashing. The white flag is out. Everyone scatters in 4. This could be huge for the chase right here. If cars start piling into this. Ambrose has taken the white flag, by the way. The white flag has waved. Ambrose is driving into turn 3. Looks like he gets through clean. The timeliest of wins for Marcus Ambrose today at Atlanta as he gets his first win of the season and probably the biggest one he's ever gotten. And he punches his ticket to the round to the chase. Who's going to join him? And they're still crashing off of 4. Spinning everywhere. What a finish. Newman is upside down. Ryan Newman was upside down at the start finish line. So let's see how the timeline of events all started here. So trackside up top. So Gordon goes around. Did I see any of those? Yep, Stewart's in it. Stewart and Burton did get in it. I think I might. Did I see Keselowski in it? No, I didn't see him. And then here's all these cars. They're spinning in 3 on the final attempt. So Travis Quapple is in it. Casey Mears is involved. Tony Stewart, Dylan Murway, Sam Hornish, Eric Amarola, Casey Kane, Kevin Harvick, Trevor Bayne, Jeff Gordon, Regan Smith, Jeff Burton, Juan Montoya, Ryan Newman, who later would end up upside down at the start-finish line, Sam Hornish, and Eric Amarola. And in all this, more cars that were trying to recover. So Boyer ends up getting hit late, and as they made it back to the white flag. How did Newman end up upside down? So they're racking off at 4. I'm curious. So this is another incident. So David Gilliland, Jamie McMurray, and Bobby Labonte. Somehow Dylan Murway misses all 3 of them. The car that ends up spinning into the grass is the 56 of Truex. Somebody had to have flipped Ryan Newman, in this crash. Greg Biffle comes down pit road to finish the race with a flat left front. Carl Edwards does the same with a flat right front, because they probably were headed for top 5 finishes until they piled up in that accident. And there's Newman. He's up in the air. So Newman was flying past the start finish line. So Newman. How did Newman start flying? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Ryan Newman was flying big in this accident, so he's choosing frequent Newman miles. So, this is before. Yep, there it is. There's a car flying in the air, and he get probably ramped off the side of Casey Kane as the field came slowing up for the caution and all the crashing. So, oof. Watch this. Danica Patrick swerves to the left to try to miss her. Jeff Gordon swerves to miss him. Danica Patrick, Dale Jr. So Danica Nix Jr., Dylan Murway hits Newman in the left front. So that is the end of that. Massive hit, though, by a lot of drivers in that last lap. So, of the 4 drivers, Marcus Ambrose punches his ticket into the chase, which means Brad Keselowski is awarded the final spot based off of the way things finished today. Jeff Burton misses out Tony Stewart misses out by 8 points. Jeff Burton misses out by 10 for the crashing at the end of this race. And there was lots of it. Somehow there weren't more cars at DNF. So the official chase grid will be summed up in a few moments. So after this race today here at Atlanta, the 16 drivers that have made the final cut at the end of the day, bruised, beaten, and all, are the following. Denny Hamlin will be seated first with 5 wins. So he will get 3,025 points to start the chase Tuesday night at Darlington. Kevin Harvick and Dylan Murray will get 3,015 points, seated second and third with 3 wins apiece. Jeff Gordon will get 2 with his 2 wins, will be seated fourth with Kyle Busch and Dale Earnhardt Jr. They will get 3,010 points between the 3 drivers. And Ryan Newman, Jimmy Johnson, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Casey Kane, Trevor Bayne, Matt Kenseth, Greg Biffle, and Marcus Ambrose will be 7th through 15th with a little over 3,000 points. So 7th through 15th, and Brad Keselowski is the only driver that got in on points after this race. He will be 16th with 3,000 points. The chase begins Tuesday night at Darlington, followed by a Saturday night race at Richmond, and then a Tuesday afternoon race at Talladega to conclude the round of 16, followed by Saturday night at Charlotte, Tuesday at Kansas, Saturday at Martinsville, Tuesday night back here at Atlanta, followed by the Saturday night race at Texas, a cut race on a Tuesday afternoon in Phoenix, where 8 drivers will become 4. Please look out for a video in the coming days recapping the entire regular season. Have a great afternoon.